Timeless 106.1 FM KFFB. Thanks so much for joining us for another edition of our open mic program. On Friday, they voted for it and the president signed it. It's the CARES Act, one of the greatest things to help Americans during this crisis. And we do have Congressman French Hill with us. And French, thanks so much for taking time and talking with us about this CARES Act.
Thanks, Bob. Glad to be back.
Well, let's talk about the CARES Act. What exactly is this going to do?
Well, first and probably most important to every family, if you have a Social Security number, a valid Social Security number, then you're going to be eligible to get a tax rebate in this country. $1,200 for individuals or $1,200 for a couple, $500 for each child. And that's for everybody with incomes below $75,000 as an individual or $150,000 joint. And I emphasize, all we're looking for qualification is that valid Social Security number. So if you're retired or even if you're accepting some form of welfare payment, you're still eligible for this $1,200 per adult.
What does a person need to do to get this refund?
Well, thanks for asking. It should be automatic. It should come to everybody at the address that's connected with their Social Security number and their income taxes. If anyone has any concerns about this, I hope they'll reach out at hill.house.gov. And it should be in about 3 weeks, I think, from a timing point.
Now, how does this apply for the unemployed?
Well, unemployment compensation was also increased. You know, we were shocked last week to see 3.2 million Americans file for unemployment. That's the largest one-week jobless claim in history of our country. And so unemployment benefits for someone who's already been laid off were enhanced. In Arkansas, you typically get between $270 and $450 per week in unemployment. We've increased that benefit by $600 between now and July. So it's a robust unemployment benefit for someone who's already had to lose their job. And Governor Hutchinson told me yesterday that they've enhanced the staff by 60 people to increase the processing of that in Little Rock.
So that's what he's telling everybody. Stay calm. It's there. It's been overwhelmed, but you can get your unemployment. Just work the system.
Our main goal is to keep people working. So I want people to be comfortable they're going to get a check in this troubled time and that unemployment benefits are enhanced. That's good. But the real objective here is to try to keep people working, and that's why we have the small business plan.
Okay, let's talk about the small business. This is something that's very intriguing at the news conference with the governor, and you explained some really cool points how this act helps small businesses. And I know a lot of them are listening right now, want to hear exactly what they need to do to apply for assistance.
Well, just like independent contractors and sole proprietors are now eligible for unemployment insurance in this amazing crisis, that's exactly the approach to the small business preservation program. If you're a sole proprietor, if you're an independent contractor, if you're self-employed, like a barber or someone who does construction work or an entrepreneur, you're also eligible for these SBA loans. They're 100% guaranteed by the federal government. You're going to get them through your bank. So if you need assistance to keep your payroll, pay your rent, pay your utilities for your business, if it's your shop, your restaurant, your place of business, you should go to your banker and start talking to their banker about one of these small business guaranteed loans. And the loans are forgivable for about 8 weeks of payroll, rent, utilities. And so not only is it government guaranteed, but the loan will actually be forgivable, and the business person will not have to pay taxes on that forgiveness.
What do they have to do this? Just go to their local bank?
They have a good banking relationship. I'd start talking to my banker over the next 3 or 4 days. The Treasury Secretary Stephen Mnuchin, says that all the information for the banks to be able to obtain that guarantee and get that money out will be available by this coming Friday.
That is the government moving as fast as I've ever seen it. And there's something else that you mentioned at the press conference with the governor the other day, and that is if you have an existing SBA loan, no payments or interest for 6 months. Is that true?
Well, it's actually better than that. Because if you have an existing 7A Small Business Administration loan or 504 SBA loan right now on your business, an existing loan that's been closed for some time, the SBA has agreed to make your payment for the next 6 months, principal and interest. This is unprecedented. And the whole goal of President Trump and Secretary Mnuchin is to keep people working, keep that business together, keep that business functioning so that when this public health crisis washes over us over the next few weeks, people can get straight back to work. That's their mission.
Fantastic news for businesses. for individuals. This is just great America for sure. Tell us how, if they've got any questions, what do they need to do?
Yeah, sure. People can reach out at hill.house.gov, and we'll try to point them in the direction of more information. But I really encourage them to, on the business side, to reach out to their bank for advice, and the bank should be on this during the course of this coming week.
What great news for Arkansans. There is some sunshine on this bill for sure. We've been talking with Congressman French Hill here on Timeless 106.1 KFFB's Open Mic. You can find this program at kffb.com and our YouTube channel. Share it with your friends and family today. Stay tuned. We'll have Fox News top of the hour like we always do. Plus, remember, on your way home, on your way to work, and on your way to lunch, bottom of the hour, Fox News Minute, followed by the Arkansas Radio Network with state and regional news and KFFB Today. News and information and your timeless favorites. We're Timeless 106.1 KFFB.